Did you ever think you would see this day?
No. I'm at 93 already.
You're 93 years young?
Yeah.
All right. Anything, any words of wisdom for the president-elect?
Just be good to people.
He already is. Boom, 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 boom. You gotta like this party over here. These folks are having a great time, and they should celebrate because they never thought they would see something like this in their lifetime. They're wearing their hats, they've got on their T-shirts, and they're having fun. Reporting live right now from the Pioneer Gardens, Anita Padilla, Fox Chicago News.
All right, Anita, very good. You've seen the motorcade pull away. Tom, you wanted to say something?
A lot of celebration over there, and there well should be. The BBC today has put out a video of Martin Luther King predicting, back in the 60s that there would be a black president within 40 years. I mean, it's kind of awesome to hear that today and to see it and knowing that it took place so many years ago. And when you see these senior citizens, probably many veterans of the civil rights marches, it's a stunning accomplishment that what we're witnessing today.
And what's amazing is the transition that's going to take place here over the next few hours as well. You mentioned the moving trucks that will move up and move everything out and everything in to set it up. And you said Michelle Obama probably has it all mapped out, probably, and how the house is going to be. I mean, they'll paint the walls, they'll hang the clothes, they'll put the china in there.
Well, they have a $100,000 budget, we understand, right now to revamp the White House the way they want it. They have a special designer coming in for that. What I found interesting was that Barack Obama is going to walk the parade route. Is that very traditional for the presidents who have done that? Do they typically walk it?
Well, some do, some don't. Jimmy Carter made a big deal about doing it when he was elected, and most people had been in an automobile up until then. I mean, so it depends on the individual. Carter kind of set the trend there, and I think with Barack, it's kind of a nice thing. It's tough to protect him with such a large audience, and that's what's really Secret Service is most concerned about.
It's so dangerous in today's time. I mean, I've been to an inauguration before. I went in 2000. That was pre 9/11, where you could actually walk up to the White House. In today's time, there's so many barricades and so many guards because we live in a post 9/11 world.
Right, and in fact, the Secret Service said something earlier this week that last week that both presidents, President Bush and President-elect Obama, were both considered high-level targets by the nuts in the world. And so there's great coverage. I mean, there's great protection on both of these presidents today. So you're really doing double duty. And somebody told me that the martial law had been put into place in Washington, D.C. because of the need to protect everybody. We have more law enforcement officers and military officials working there today than we have in Afghanistan. So, I mean, and that's appropriate. That's the right thing to do. It's a dangerous world we live in today.
Well, it's a $70 million security detail, we understand, there in Washington today.
Right. Yeah, big numbers. When you watch this and you think back 8 years ago when George Bush was being sworn in, 65% of America felt positive about what was going on with George Bush. There's 75% feel positive about Barack Obama today. A lot can happen and change in 8 years. What we have here is tremendous political capital and momentum being built up by Barack Obama and his team. They've done a real nice job of loading up that bank of political capital. They can go to the Congress for the next 3 months and say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and we're going to do this, and this is what we're going to do. He's going to get that agenda through the Congress. He's going to get what he needs to help the American people. It's going to get tougher as you get into the third and fourth quarter when the recovery is not what people anticipate. And people are going to have to really kind of relax a little bit and say to themselves, this is a long road to hoe. And as Barack said on election night, we may get there, but we're not going to get there in the first year or the second year. And I think he's done a very, very nice job since election night to kind of quell some of that momentum. And by doing that, he's actually raised the bar a little bit. And you see these audiences, and you can hear it, the background as the motorcade moves through Washington, the cheering. It's a stunning situation.
Yeah, it is pretty. It's certainly a historic day, that's for sure. We want to check in. Riding one of those vehicles is the future First Lady, Michelle Obama, who of course is from Chicago and went to Whitney Young High School, and that's where David is this morning. And you got folks there watching this at Whitney Young, David?
Actually, no, the students are not watching it yet because they're still taking finals, which is an issue we have to take up with the principal here, Dr. Joyce Cannon.
No, they don't start until 10:30 with the actual inaugural address.
So you felt that it was okay to give these students these finals before that?
Well, not
Give 'em a
necessarily.
break one day?
No, we can't give anybody a break academically one day. So we had these scheduled before. We did make an adjustment to our schedule because typically we would have had 3 finals today, and we've only had 2.
Oh,
so
how generous of you. But, you know, Michelle Obama was actually very good academically, and you want to emulate her, I'm sure.
Absolutely. She went to Princeton and, Ivy League school, Ivy League bred, but Whitney Young educated, and so we're so very, very proud of that.
Tell me a little bit about what Michelle Obama did while she was here at school. She graduated, what, in 81?
She graduated in 81, participated in a lot of different activities, obviously was very academically focused, and obviously went on to Princeton to receive her degree.
That is great. And, of course, we have one of her pictures here. This is her senior picture. She looks very, very serious.
She is still a serious student.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, Doctor. I hope the students will be coming out as soon as they're done with their exams to come out and watch. 10:20, right?
That's correct.
Oh, you're so generous. All right, back to you guys in studio.
And that's what the president-elect would want him to do. People studying and doing their testing. I mean, that's what they've talked about.
Education first.
And the irony is that the president-elect will take office today with a much larger positive rating than the Congress. Congress is now at 19%. When Bill Clinton left office for George Bush, Congress's approval rating was 56%. Today it's 19%. There's no chance anybody in Congress who thinks they can oppose the Barack Obama agenda is a fool. I mean, this thing is going to sail with this kind of political capital. This man is literally riding down the street in Washington, D.C. He's going to ride through this Capitol building with his agenda for the next 3 or 4 months. The country is with him 100% on this thing.
So it's just amazing to watch.
Yeah, he could just about, part the seas if he wanted to today, as far as people's ideas and
Especially
attitudes.
in the down times we're suffering right now with the recession and stuff. I mean, people need hope, and we need some positivity. Obviously, the stock market right now is down 100 points.
Right. Well, here's one more point. At the end of the Clinton administration, 59% of the people of America thought America could solve any problem. Today, that number is higher at 68%. Yet 7% think their economic conditions personally are terrible. That means this man is giving people hope, change, and the opportunity. Now he's going to ask us to work together today in the inaugural address.
Tom, thank you so much. Everybody, enjoy the rest of the coverage. Stay with us. We'll continue with Fox News after the break.